Before the World Cup started, I actually did my predictions on what I thought the group stages would look like, followed by what I think the bracket would be. The group stages are over, and now it is time to see if I actually have ball knowledge or if I'm just making this stuff up. All right, let's check out Group A. So in Group A, I had Mexico first, South Korea second, I had Czech Republic third, and I had South Africa fourth. So the only one that I got correct was Mexico. Okay. Puts me at 1 for 3, or 1 for 4. Group B, I had Switzerland first, I had Bosnia second, not good. I had Canada third, not good, and I had Qatar fourth. I don't know, maybe I was expecting Bosnia to do better than they did, but unfortunately they did not. For Group C, I put Brazil at first, I put Scotland second, Haiti third, and Morocco fourth. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I was expecting a Moroccan upset, but they evidently were not meant to be fourth place. Group D, I had USA at first, I had Turkey second, I had Paraguay third, and I had Australia fourth. 6 for 16. Okay. We're a third of the way through, and I have 6 correct. Okay. Group E, I had Germany first, I had Ivory Coast second, I had Ecuador third, and I had Curacao fourth. 4 for 4. Finally, I got a full group. Group F, I had Netherlands taken first. I had Japan second. I had Tunisia third, and I had Sweden getting kicked out. So unfortunately, only 2 out of 4. Puts me in 12 out of 24. Group G, I had Belgium first. I had Iran showing up in second. I had Egypt in third, and I had I had Belgium first, I had Iran second, I had New Zealand third, and I had Egypt getting upset and getting kicked out. So the only thing I got right here was Belgium, which puts me at, oh man, what did that put me at? What does that put me at? I lost count. I'll put it on the board. All right, I'll put it on the screen because I've officially lost count. I don't know why I thought Egypt wouldn't make it. I thought Iran would have a better run. Fortunately, they just couldn't pull through with any wins. And I guess I had a little bit more faith in New Zealand and Egypt for some reason. Group H, I had Spain first. I had Saudi Arabia second. I had Uruguay third. And I had Cape Verde fourth. So I got 2 correct here out of 4. Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia have been swapped. Cape Verde really just pulling through with 3 points somehow, you know. I mean, they played 3 very good teams and they only got scored on twice. Like, that's dream run for them. Group I have France first, Senegal second, Norway third, and Iraq fourth. Put me at 2 out of 4. France was immediately going to be the powerhouse, so I had no stress about that. I guess I had more faith in Senegal than Norway, but I did actually go to the Norway-Senegal game, and Norway did show why they're a threat. They probably could have actually gotten first if they played their actual team, but they played their bench against France, so it is what it is. Group J, I predicted Argentina would go first. I predicted Algeria would be second, Austria third, and Jordan fourth. I watched this game, you know, on TV, and I mean, it was literally a nail biter. Clearly, on some of these guesses, I wasn't really thinking hard. Group K, oh boy. I had Portugal first and Colombia second, so these guys have flipped on me. I had DR Congo third and Uzbekistan fourth, so at least I got the bottom 2 correct. I mean, these 2 are a flip. I did think that I said it would come down to the game between them. And last but not least, Group L, we have England in first, we have Croatia in second, we have Ghana in third, and we have Panama in fourth. 4 out of 4 to finish it off. I think that puts me around 30. I would assume, I would hope, somewhere between 25 30. Of course, I'm gonna put it on the screen now, so there's no stress. All right, here we go. Is that everything? Oh no. Okay. Well then, let's do this. Let's figure out this bracket now. Having all of the teams actually in the tournament's gonna kick off at 3 o'clock in like a couple of hours with South Africa and Canada. So why don't I pick my teams now, see what I think will happen. Starting off with Germany and Paraguay, I am going to go with Germany. I've already preemptively clicked it. I just think that Germany has a better squad all around. I think Paraguay is more aggressive, but they did not really show too much against the U.S. when I watched them. And I just don't think that they're showing that they have the necessary oomph to beat Germany. Between France and Sweden, I am going to be taking France. They are the powerhouse here. They are the team that I do expect to win the World Cup, so you probably will see them in the finals here. And against Sweden, I mean, Sweden's been decent, but I just don't think they've been up to par compared to France. Between South Africa and Canada, I have Canada winning this. I watched South Africa play a little bit. I just don't think they have a good starting 11. I don't think they have a full 11. I think they have some weak links in there that will just get taken advantage of by Canada, and that's just completely okay with it. With and when that happens, it's just part of the game. I think Canada is going to understand that. They're going to take advantage of it, and they're going to move on. Between Netherlands and Morocco, I didn't have faith in Morocco in the group stages. And I still won't have it. I'm going to go with the Netherlands here. I think Netherlands just all around have been a lot better. It is what it is. I'm going to go to the right side here, and then I'm going to go to the bottom. So, Brazil and Japan. This is what I'm talking about. I am rooting for Japan. I was hoping they could make it to the quarters, but unfortunately, I just think against Brazil, there's not really a good opportunity for that. Brazil has been showing that they're a good offensive force, and even defensively, they've shown that they have at least some competitiveness. I do think that out of all of the top-notch teams, Brazil probably has one of the weakest defensive lines so far in the tournament. And I think that will get proven as we move along in this tournament. Ivory Coast and Norway. This is going to be a tough game. Ivory Coast has just been showing that they're a powerhouse. Like, they've been dominant. And Norway has done the same thing. This is going to be an aggressive game between the two of them. But I do think I'm going with Norway. I think Holland's going to show up. And I think just purely based on offensive force that Norway is going to take it. Between Mexico and Ecuador, I am going to take Mexico. Mexico has not seemed too weak for me. I think Ecuador has shown some chinks in their armor, and Mexico just have not to that extent. And then England and Congo, I think somehow this game goes into extra time, but at the end of the day, I am going to take England. I think they're finally starting to slowly get their groove in this tournament, and I think it'll be beneficial for them. Between France and Germany, I am going to take France yet again. Again, I have them just making it all the way, and I think that's going to happen. Canada and Netherlands. Netherlands does have to take on Canada bye-bye in the rounds of 16. That's okay. I think that's a solid run for Canada to begin with. Nothing for them to be upset about. Brazil and Norway has to be Brazil. I mean, again, they're better cumulatively in skill. Like, if you count all 11, I think they're a better team frame than Norway. Mexico and England. I think this is where we're going to see Mexico take on England. I think we're going to see a parade in Mexico because of this game. I don't think it's coming home. I don't think it was ever going to come home. And between France and Netherlands, of course, I'm taking France. And between Brazil and Mexico, I think this is where Mexico's journey ends, and I take Brazil. All right, bottom half. Got this a little bit quicker, unfortunately. I'm on a bit of a time crunch. Portugal and Croatia. I do have to take Portugal. I think Croatia's been weak. I think Portugal's been weak as well, but I think Croatia's been weaker. And so therefore I am going to take Portugal. Spain and Austria. Give me Spain. I'm taking them. They've shown that they have a lot of potential. They don't have as much chemistry as you'd hope, given their performance in the Euros. But I think they're easily just going to take on Austria. USA and Bosnia. Give me USA. They're making it. They're beating Bosnia. Bosnia has not shown that they have not shown their strength to the extent that I thought they would, and USA has actually somewhat exceeded my expectations for the time being. So I am going to have them passing. Belgium and Senegal. I'm giving this to Senegal. I've watched Belgium play. I've watched Senegal play. I think Senegal is just showing a lot more desire and grit to play. I don't see how they don't make it to this point. Argentina, Cape Verde. It was a good run for Cape Verde. They beat the group stages. That's all you can ask for them. But coming up against Argentina, like, that's just, what can you do there? Australia and Egypt. I slept on Egypt before, and I think it's time for me to wake up. I am going to take Egypt here. Not much to talk about here. I don't have too much knowledge on either of them, but I think Egypt has just exceeded my expectations, and I think Australia's dwindled in my expectations a little bit. Switzerland and Algeria. Give me Switzerland. They've shown that they're here for contention. Colombia and Ghana. I'm gonna go Ghana. Ghana's gonna take it. That's actually a pretty close game. I think this is gonna be very aggressive, very competitive, but I do have Ghana taking it. Portugal and Spain. I do have Spain taking it. Portugal just has not lived up to their potential, and Spain, while also not living up to their current potential, I think they have at least a little bit more cohesion than Portugal. USA, Senegal. I don't know. I'm talking about pure grit and determination. USA just has like a one-up. Argentina's taking on Egypt, no doubt in my mind. And between Switzerland and Ghana, I think it's time for... I need an upset, man. I need an upset. Give me Ghana. I think Ghana's going to take it. Ghana has been aggressive as well. They've shown that they can play. They tied England. Kept them at 0-0. But then again, it was because England wasn't shooting well. All right, give me Switzerland. And then between Spain and USA, your bread's a pancake. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta buy a Dutch oven. Oh, that's okay. We'll get one eventually. I'll be done in like 5. Thank you. Spain and USA. This is where USA's run finally says goodbye. Spain is going to take it. USA just doesn't have it in them. I don't care how much grit you have. I don't care how much determination you have. The USA roster does not have enough depth to match Spain's. I don't think it's going to be a distant game. I'm thinking like 2-0, 1-0 even. But I just don't think USA's taking it. Between Argentina and Switzerland, give me Argentina. And I think this is kind of the predicted semifinals. I don't see it any other way. I do think these are literally the top 4 teams in the world. So somehow they have not been upset. I think I think Brazil has a fairly difficult run into the finals. France kind of does. They could play Germany. Spain doesn't really, and Argentina and Spain kind of have like an easier run. I think the hardest run would be Brazil, followed by France, and then Spain and Argentina are tied. But we get to the semifinals here actually, and this is where it matters. This is where we determine who the World Cup champion is, and in the finals between France and Spain, I am going to take France. And between Brazil and Argentina, give me Brazil. I think Brazil and Argentina is a very competitive game. However, I do think that Brazil just has the better squad. I think Brazil just does a little bit better. They're a little bit cleaner, and that's just what it has to be. France and Brazil. My team, I'm taking France. How many total corners will be taken in the knockout rounds? I don't know. How many corners were there like in the knockout rounds? How many games is that? 31 games? 4, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 games. Corners, give me 288. Oh yeah, I just have France taking it. There's no reason why they wouldn't be able to take it. They're a team whose bench can probably take on half the teams in this knockout. They have incredible depth. They don't have to worry about injuries because every replacement they have is just as good as the starter. They have shown that they're an offensive force. They can put balls in the back of the net, and their defense so far has proven to be pretty strong, even against the opponents that they had. Yeah, I have France taking it all the way. There was never a doubt. I wish Japan had a further run, but unfortunately, I do not control that. So, it is what it is. I have France taking it. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you thought anything different. Let me know if you think I'm out of my mind. Again, I'm going to show somewhere down here probably what my total group stage prediction was. And maybe based off of that, you can tell if I've lost my mind or not. So, thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the World Cup. And I hope to see you guys after it to celebrate France's victory. So, until then,